Welcome back to another episode of Woody's Roundup Podcast. I'm Laura. This is Woody.
Hello.
And we are going to talk today about Disney Plus and the exciting new features coming, which is something that Disney calls the future of their company. That is how strongly Disney is standing behind it. I'm going to hand it over to Woody. I'm not going to talk a lot this episode, only because he's got a lot to say. He's been super excited about this since you called it, I don't know how many years ago, when we were still mailing in our Netflix movies. I remember you saying one day Disney's going to do this and it's all going to be Disney content. And I thought, they won't do that. And here we are now.
I'm not saying I'm the smartest man. I'm just saying that that's a great idea.
And I think even too, when Netflix went, live streaming, it was more like we saw a little bit less Disney, little bit less Disney, a little bit less Disney. And I thought, where's all the Disney going? Yeah. So
it's like a tidal wave. They're like sucking their content back up, and then they're just going to dump it on everybody. It's going to be wonderful.
I'm ready and waiting. I'm ready and waiting on the shore of this tidal wave. But I'm going to hand it over to you, Woody. You're going to talk about Disney Plus a little bit. You're also going to touch on what you have called, or what you have heard has been called, the Star Wars overload, which in our house never seems to come up because we're big fans.
Anything Star related is never. Yeah. So, all right. So I've basically ranted about this a lot lately in the car about Disney Plus. One, how I think every aspect of it is a great idea. How I think the price is phenomenal. The content, it's a no-brainer. Like, the fact that you're going to be able to find we don't know the exact lineup. However, from what people have said and posted, that you're going to be able to find every PG-13 and under Disney movie on this thing is fantastic. I mean, where else can you find that? Where else can you do that?
Nowhere.
And the fact that it's going to be $6.99, then you're going to be able to bundle that with Hulu and ESPN Plus, which in our household, those are two subscriptions that we currently have that we will then be able to bundle up. But I think, for one, Disney Plus, I have nothing bad to say about it. And it hasn't even launched yet. So, I mean, now granted on launch day, we'll see. But I think the idea is phenomenal. And I also think that it is going to be huge for the parks. Because now, think about it now, right? So we cut the cord about a year ago. We did away with Dish and we went to solely Netflix, Pluto TV, which is free, which is a lot of older content, Hulu, ESPN Plus. We've been doing that for a year. Loved it. It's been working great for us. Okay. But with Disney on Dish, there was like four channels that Disney had, like Disney XD, Disney Freeform, which used to be ABC Family, the Disney Channel, Disney Junior, and it was all spread out. And to be honest with you, once you get past a certain age, the shows that are on Disney XD, and I'm not talking about the animated shows, I'm talking about the live action shows. They are not my vibe. I don't dig them. So you really kind of tune out.
And so you're just to be clear, you're talking about like the Lizzie McGuire, Hannah Montana.
Yes, those I never caught on to, but like the Phineas and Ferb all day long, right? Like, so, and there are some animated, like the Marvel animated shows that are fantastic, but you tend to tune out because the network it has all these shows, promos for kids. I have no clue who they are. So I think that this will be nothing but a positive for Disney because, one, they used to be spread out over so many networks. Okay. Now, guess what? If I don't want to watch Lizzie McGuire and I would rather watch Phineas and Ferb, I have one spot I can go to and just watch that. Well, hopefully watch that. But I think it's going to be huge for them because now they will have basically their own network where if they have something special for the parks, like the documentaries. How many documentaries have we watched on Disney Parks and absolutely loved? But like they're not going to show that on Disney XD in the middle of the day because of ratings. But that's something that we want to find that is hard to find. Now Disney will actually have a home for this stuff. So I think for us, being the people that are kind of seeking older Disney content, like this is just a phenomenal deal. And I think it's going to be a huge thing for the parks because they will have their own avenue to push things, to advertise for the characters that were underappreciated or, underrated. All of a sudden they've got a home, and you no longer have to go out and find the rare DVD of, the Rescuers Down Under, or you have to, search on Apple TV or whatever, pay $19.99 for it. Now it's there, right? Like, so, I mean, like, so you saw some of I showed you last night, some of the shows, like you hadn't been really following it.
Right.
And I showed you some of the shows that are coming on the little landing page for Disney Plus. And what did you think? Like some of the original content that is not, I mean, and by original, like new original.
Yeah. I think for me, one of the most exciting things that I saw was that the Star Wars Mandalorian,
Yes.
did watch the trailer to that and thought, okay, this is going to be cool. And then I saw the Pixar in real life.
Yes.
And I think I made you watch it again with me. I was like, did you see this Pixar in real life? And I think that just seems like the most fun-hearted, light-hearted thing. I'm looking forward to, I think the most for me is I'm just looking forward to that go-to channel, or because we do have Amazon, we have other things, but even with Netflix and even with sort of Pluto and Comet and all of these things, I tend to see the same content. Like we were watching The Addams Family for a long time.
Oh, we were hooked on that.
And but it was like
the old show, excuse me,
definitely the original 1960s Addams Family. And I love that I could sit down and watch it. But then again, if I watched it at the same time the next day, so 4:00, whatever it was pretty much guaranteed we were going to see the same episode again and again and again. And though I love it, it just feels like with Disney, I'm going to have a whole new appreciation for these new things coming. And then I get to go back and sort of relive my childhood.
It's going to be a whole new world.
Oh, here it comes. I knew it. But I hope, like, I'm just hoping that they do have those retro cartoons, that they do have, those Saturday mornings where the adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
The new event, absolutely.
I mean, those are things that you cannot tell me that you can recreate it now.
I remember that they cause your mind to go back to a place that is like none other. And I'm telling you, like, I remember waking up and the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh would wrap everything up, right? Yep. And there was some where Michael Eisner would come out and introduce and would talk a little bit. And those take me right back to the living room where we grew up eating a grilled cheese sandwich, and that being the Saturday, and like, so those
do you
things,
remember in the beginning of the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh when it was the live action and he had the book and then the animals were laying there? I remember getting so excited about what is this episode. Yeah. And that was a time in my life where everything was easy.
It makes me want to go watch it now. Like, and I think, that is why Disney is so superior to Netflix, bless the hearts, and everywhere else, because they have been there since birth for a lot of us. Yes. And they have been every step of the way, every milestone in our life, there is like a Disney moment, and no one else can compete with it. And that's why Disney Plus, I think it's going to be probably the biggest streaming thing ever. I mean, that's obvious. Disney's the biggest company, but I just think it's going to be the most loved too, because like Netflix is awesome. However, we were talking the other night, like what would keep us on Netflix? Right. And we got to thinking, like, okay, the Disney movies that were on Netflix, they're going.
They're pretty much gone.
The only other show that really is like Stranger Things, and that just depends, like how much longer is that going to be around? So that's why content is king. Like, content, if you have the content and Disney has the content, that is why they're going to just blow this out of the water. And I think it's going to be so fantastic, though, because, again, like, there's going to be an outlet. Like, when you go into the park now, like, for the people that don't have, Dish Network or cable or whatever, for $6.99, we can know what shows they're talking about. I'm not going to be completely lost on Star Wars references for the newer stuff because now it's all in one place, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be great, and I hope they put all the old Toon Disney cartoon, the TV shows, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, stuff like that. I hope that is on there. It has to be.
Yeah. I think when it was announced, which was what,
sometime
2017,
ago.
I think Iger mentioned it, and you flew off the change. I remember you were like, we were getting Disney Plus. We're going to get it. I was like, yeah, of course.
Day it comes out. I signed up. We're signed up. They're a little sketchy on, like, I know they signed a deal where you can put it on Fire Stick, but.
Yeah. And there's something with Verizon too.
Yeah. You can get, I hope the day of you can download it on Roku, because that's what we have a Roku box on every TV basically. And I can't wait. And that leads me into the next thing that Bob has been talking about a lot lately is holding or pushing the brakes on Star Wars movies, right? So when they bought Lucasfilm, they came out the gate hot.
You sure did.
Like, okay, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Solo, The Last Jedi. Like, they came out like rocking and rolling. And even then, I remember us then thinking like, I don't know how I feel. I mean, because you have to think about the original trilogy came out, and the last one of those was in the 80s. And then we had to wait 20 years for the prequels that were kind of...
Was it?
Yeah, like they were kind of like, or whatever, close to 20 years. And then the prequels came out, and then we had to wait another how many years, for anything to happen. And it's like all of a sudden Disney buys it, and you've got like 6 movies in the span of 3 years. And it's like, wait, whoa, that's a lot of Star Wars. I know there's content there, but as far as the pressure of a movie and budget and expectations, that's why Disney Plus is going to be fantastic. Because now if they want to tell the story of Obi-Wan and release it on there, they can. And they don't have the looming box office returns over their head because they have their own network. And they're beefing up their own content, like Netflix is beefing up their content, Amazon's beefing up their content. Well, Disney, they have this just, oh my gosh, just how, like, this well of stories they could go to. And who cares if in the theater it was like Solo, right? Solo came in the theater, had a lot of hate, right? Didn't do that great. It put a lot of brakes on a lot of things, right? Like that kind of changed the landscape. But it was a great movie. It was fun, but it had such a weight on it that I think it just suffocated in its own, its own weight. So now with Disney Plus, they have an idea for a movie or a series, dump it on there with no expectations of a box office return, and let us fans, enjoy it on our own time without critics reviews, Rotten Tomatoes, everything else. It just clutters everybody's mindset now. And plus, honestly, when was the last time we went to the theater?
It's been a while.
I mean, you think about it, like
what was the last movie we saw?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't remember. I cannot remember the last movie we saw.
I remember.
What is it?
The last one we saw in IMAX, because we don't have an IMAX theater here in our small town. But the last one we saw in IMAX was Alice in Wonderland.
Yes. Yeah. That was a good one.
The first one.
Yep.
No, I haven't even seen the second one.
We haven't seen it. See, that's a thing. That's where ticket prices for theaters are so expensive now. And like us, we have busy schedules, and it's hard to nail down a time and just the crowds. And honestly, we have like a not to brag, everybody has a big TV now, but like a 60-inch television in our living room where it's footsteps from the refrigerator where I can get any snack I want and not pay $15 for it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like I'm all about the experience now. And getting older, I'm like just a grumpy old man. I'm like in Carl from Up. Like I'm just like, people talking and ruin my experience. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth. So instead of continually complain, I just don't go. Mm-hmm. I wait for it to come out on DVD or Blu-ray or streaming now. God, that dates me.
You could have said VHS.
VHS. So that shows you right there. Like, it comes out in theaters. Not a lot of people see it. And there's just so many reasons now. It doesn't have any bearing on the quality of the movie anymore. I really don't think. Like, I think it's a lot of factors. And I think that's why this is such a smart move for them. And it will help them get away from the Star Wars overload, where there's a movie every year and people are bombarded and they don't know what to think. Well, do I go to this one? Do I go to this one? Now, when a Star Wars movie comes out in a theater, it is an event, right?
Mm-hmm.
There has been like 3 to 4 years in between each one. People are excited. They can't wait for the experience in the theater, and you push them to the theater to go see this. However, like Solo, that would have been a great thing on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And like the Obi-Wan series they're working on, or the Mandalorian, like stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't go to the theater to see it, but I'd really want to see it. Like, all right, this is going to really, like, the fan people out there are going to, for a comic book person, we haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet.
Hey, but we watched Spider-Man Far From Home.
But
so I don't even need to see Endgame.
But you know what? Endgame is going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it.
That's right.
So I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to steer people to older content that has been maybe neglected or underappreciated. And then I feel like new content, Disney is really committed to quality. And some of the titles that we saw, like Monsters at Work and, Lady and the Tramp. Gosh, that's premiering on Disney Plus, the live action Lady and the Tramp. And then they've got a couple of Christmas movies. So they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be, it's going to be good.
Do you think everything will be available at launch, or do you think it'll sort of trickle in time?
I think, yeah, it'll trickle in on time, but I also think that if which they are, they know what they're doing, they're going to have as much on there as possible so that people will buy it and then not think about canceling it. Right? Because what you don't want to happen is someone signing up for it and like, oh, I'm looking for that. I remember that show, Tailspin. Oh, they don't have it. All right, once my free trial is up. I'm not that they would keep it just for that show, but I feel like you need to come out the gate with basically your whole library. Maybe some of the stuff they could hold off and have special releases so that in 6 months, if viewership is down, they could say just now Disney Plus. But I think that's what the new original content is for. Mm-hmm. That will drive like, okay, maybe I'll check it out now. Because if you're not getting it for the history of Disney, they're already at the library, what's it going to take?
Right.
It's going to take a new Obi-Wan show to secure you, or a new Lizzie McGuire reboot to secure you. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to take something else to get you anyway.
So just as I'm looking and I'm kind of digging more into the Disney Plus world, some of the highlights that I know I didn't know, or I guess I know now, is the X-Men animated series from the 90s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I thought I gave you a little early Christmas present.
Intro ever. I'm not joking. Anyone out there, go right now, go to YouTube, search for X-Men animated intro. It will get you hype for a cartoon like no other. That's great. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm so pumped.
So, they are definitely confirmed. And then they do say, it says, while a lot of the brands won't be available at launch, there's going to be enough content to keep you and the whole family entertained. So definitely you're going to get the Star Wars live action series.
And The Simpsons, right?
Classic.
I think you're going to get all.
Yeah.
How many seasons?
Classic Simpsons.
30 seasons?
Yeah. I definitely, the first 3 Toy Story movies, which we could have a whole time on that. Avatar, of course, just in time for its 10th anniversary.
That movie's been out for 10 years.
Yeah, and it's next year's sequel, which is exciting.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah, you're right. So, Gravity Falls. You loved Gravity Falls.
I love that show.
I'm really I really am into those original,
they're cute.
Cartoons.
They're absolutely cute.
I can't even. What's the one that I love?
Amphibia.
Oh, I am absolutely enjoying that.
That is a good one. I hope. And Phineas and Ferb, like that. Phineas and Ferb, for us, you remember the first, like we went to Disney And this was like during when they were remodeling Disney Springs, well, downtown Disney, like crazy. And so we were kind of wandering around one night, and then we saw these two characters over in this zone, and we're like, who? Gosh, Disney has the weirdest characters now. Who is this?
And I was like, what is that turquoise duck?
Yeah, like what is this? Who is Perry? And then all of a sudden we come home. We're like, all right, we're gonna investigate this. And then we investigate it. Well, quote, investigate. And then we find the show and we are hooked.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we burn through it, and then every new episode, they don't make new episodes now, I don't think. But
No, it's done.
oh my gosh, we were that was one of those things where I can't believe that I didn't know about it. You know, I was ashamed because that is one of the best Disney animated shows they've ever done.
So you're definitely going to get the animated classics, you know, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin. Yeah, I think there's going to be tons of quality content. And I think the most excited that I am was you shoved your phone right in my lap the other day and you said, you watch this. And I'm thinking, gosh, what is he showing me now? And it was the preview for the live action Lady and the Tramp.
Yes.
And I
That's
lost my
look
mind.
So sweet. Yep.
We're dog people. We'll say it forever. And I can't wait.
And that's a good example of one that honestly, if they had released that in a theater right after Aladdin, right after Lion King, you know, it would have gotten lost in the mix. Like really, because it is not one of those like epic, you know, it's just a cute story.
Yeah.
So this is a prime example of this is a great way for them to get new movies out there and just not have the burden of like this theater weight on them. Like I'm not saying never do that, because obviously 3 or 4 years I want a new Star Wars movie to go to. Like I think that's great. That'll get me out of the house to go. But in between then, like this, like I think this is good, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Emperor's New Groove, what is Kronk's New Groove too? Like the sequel, like all the sequels that we love, like put those on there. Like I can't wait.
Yeah, and they do pay homage to the fact that they'll have the Lego movies, and we love the Lego movies. I think they're smart. I think they're cunning.
Okay, I got you. Like the not the Lego movie.
No, but the Lego Star Wars.
Yes,
and you know the
they
Lego.
Great.
You know
they are funny too. They have really good writing in
the
those.
Freemaker Adventures or something like that. It was one of my favorites, and I only saw parts of it because it was like a random thing on TV, and I thought I wanted to watch this from the beginning.
Yeah.
So you know it's good if I wanted to like pause it, rewind, see if I could start it over. But
you know what the funny thing, and this is going to sound extremely silly of me, but like when I leave the house, right, and I want something on for the dogs. We have 2 little cute dogs. I listen, guys. I know it sounds weird. I don't want this big epic or yelling or crime show on the background. So when I come home, I'm walking into like a crime scene, or you know the dogs are barking. Like I always put on Disney Junior.
yes.
I always put on Disney Junior. So when you come home, there's like something cute and soft, and it's not like, you know, bombarding. So it's like that ought to tell you. And we don't have kids, so like for me, that should tell you like 38-year-old man. This is background.
That's
like
right.
You know, like I'm okay with it too. Like make fun of me all you want to, whatever. Like that's fine. But like that's why they're going to be able to consolidate so much. And for the people that are cutting the cord for cable and everything else like we did, our whole street at this point, I think maybe 1 or 2 people still have satellite on this street.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a thing now. So, and with everyone cutting the cord, you miss out on a lot of the like we would have never seen Amphibia if we had not had Hulu.
Right.
You know, and Gravity Falls, same things. Like, so like this is just, I cannot stress this enough. Even if you're not a Disney fan, get it for a couple of months. And I guarantee you, like their retention rate is going to be unbelievable. I hope they don't Netflix everybody in 6 months. Oh, we're going up to $9.95. And you'll only be able to log in 2 devices. And then, you know, like, oh, if you want the super high quality stream bit rate, it's going to be $14.99. Like, I just don't nickel and dime me. Just tell me, it's $7 a month. I get all my Disney movies. Cool. So
Yeah, here's hoping. But I do see them as more Disney original content comes out. And I think definitely they could add a few dollars and we'll stick with it. But maybe there'll be some benefits. Maybe there'll be some perks in there too. Who knows? I know for me, I am the most excited about it being that sort of go-to for us and our dogs.
You can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. And just like the other night, I watched John Carter.
Yes.
Like that is one of the movies that I hope just gets a resurgence from this. I hope they put it on there. I hope people find it, watch it, and then I really want them to I want it to be appreciated.
Yeah.
Really. Because you watch it and this is Star Wars level. Now granted, like The Force Awakens and that stuff has a different tone. But if you are a fan of the original Star Wars trilogy or even the prequels, this is that type of movie. It's so good and just kind of it's an adventure. It's
yes.
You remember
check out if you haven't heard our episode on the underrated Disney movies. Check out that episode because Woody speaks a lot more about John Carter and how much he loves that movie. And believe it or not, in your John Carter world, I watched for the first time Bolt.
Yes.
You
had never seen that.
I
know.
Never seen it.
And I remember we were talking about, I was like, that's a great little movie. And you were like, I never saw it. And then one day I walked in and she's got a princess room. Well, I call it the princess room in the house, right? It's one of the reasons we bought this little house that we're in is that it has a little room at the front of the house it's got a really unique roof line and a little stained glass window that you open it, you're at the top of the house and it's like a little princess. It's like a
it's Rapunzel's tower.
It's Rapunzel's tower. and I mean, this is a small house. It's under 1,500 square foot. So don't think that we're, this is a cute little cottage that is this old. And so she decked out that room Disney style. But an adult Disney. It's a princess room. That's the only way I can say it. And maybe one day she'll share a picture on Instagram. You can see it.
Sure, maybe
but so. But I'll walk in and she's watching Bolt. I'm like, oh, you're watching Bolt. And she's hooked. And then I end up laying in the floor rewatching it again with you. So it's that's the power of Disney. There are very few movies that I can sit down and just it makes me, okay, that can wait. I'm going to finish this. There are very few studios that put out movies. And I'm a comic book fan. I'm a DC fan, which, is the rival of Marvel. So, but Batman versus Superman comes on. It might get my attention, It might. Or what's the animated, I don't know, Surf's Up. That's an old one. But you're just not going to sit down and stop your day for it.
No.
But Disney, they do it every time. So
it's just something different. There's a sparkle in it that you can't replicate because immediately when you sit down and you turn on the TV, even just for 3 seconds, for a fact this isn't a Disney film. And even though I haven't seen it before, you could put a Disney film in front of me that I hadn't seen before, I'm still gonna know it's Disney. For some reason, I'm going to know. And believe it or not, it's because I know all the Disney movies that I haven't seen. And
There's
I know
a feeling to it. There's a feeling to it.
And I think for Disney Plus, I'm looking forward to visiting those movies again, visiting those TV shows again, reliving that time, like you said, which was that moment that you stop everything and you're there with your bowl of cereal, your Chef Boyardee, you're right there with your Kool-Aid. And you're back. You're back in a time there's no bills, right? Nothing. And if you didn't catch it, if you weren't sitting right in front of the TV at that time, you missed it.
No DVR. If you were lucky enough to have a VCR that you set the timer for, that your parents didn't tape over with something else, then
One Life to Live, My Children,
then maybe you got to see it. And then I remember a day where we are the only member of our family that had satellite was our grandparents. And then so when all the satellites and cable were coming out, then you could get the other channels, then maybe we would get them to video something. But us, rabbit ears, Saturday morning, that was it.
Yeah.
And this, so for me, it's yes, please put all that stuff back on there because I will play that in loop in the background just to make me have a better day. So, but here's what I hope doesn't happen. This is kind of off topic. But I hope with them buying Fox, while I appreciate X-Men the animated series is going to be on there, I love that. I think that is fantastic. I'm so excited about that. I just don't know if I'm ready for like the Fox characters to be making appearances in the park. So I hope they keep that separate until my mind adjusts, because we heard a rumor that the Rio movies, remember the birds, were going to make their way into Animal Kingdom, and then the Tiki Hut or whatever.
Tiki Room.
Tiki Room, excuse me.
Gosh, edit
it
that
should
later.
be called Tiki Hut. And I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I don't want to see Bart Simpson in Mickey ears walking around Magic Kingdom. Don't do that to me yet, Disney. Like, this is a great way. You bought the content. You want people to watch it. Put it on Disney Plus. It is a huge addition. But from the difference from that to the parks, let's keep it separate for now. Unless you make like a Foxland, there you go. You can use that if you want to, in Hollywood Studios, and put everything you bought in that land. Put everything over there. Just keep it out of my Disney. Don't mix it in. I don't like my, like, for food to touch. I don't like my Disney to touch my Fox, and I don't want all that happening. So, but what do I know? It's Disney. They're going to do what they do.
You know a lot of good stuff. Well, that's our episode on our thoughts on Disney Plus. We thank you so much for joining us once again. We hope your road trip to the magical world of Disney has been a little bit easier, or maybe you're sitting at work right now and you're thinking about, should I get Disney Plus?
Or
yes,
you're sitting there and you're wondering, should I book the vacation? Should I do it? Do it. You only have to put a little bit down.
That's
and
right.
Then the month before you go, you can cancel it and get your money back. But
no, you don't. You just eat
if
ramen
for some
noodles.
reason, you eat ramen noodles, you go. So we're enablers. Book that vacation and get Disney Plus. Spend that money.
Yes. Buy your ears on Etsy, on what? They had them at TJ Maxx.
We saw the cutest. Gosh, I'm so sorry. We saw the cute. Remember that lady that was at the most. She made her ears. Oh,
make your own.
My gosh. And that lady was an older lady, probably in her 60s.
Yes.
And adorable. Like, we both looked at her and was like, there you go. I hope I'm that, like that, when I'm in a few years.
Yes. So thanks so much, guys, for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode.